Hey Freedom Family, hey, I'm so glad that you're here again today at _Freedom for Life _ where we give you the tools, the truth, and the knowledge to take you from where you're at to where you're called and created to be. And I am really excited for today. The reason is that this is part 2 in regards to procrastination. Last week we talked about the philosophy behind it and understanding the truth and identity and those things. Hey, today we get to give you the tools so that you break through procrastination and have the life that you desired. So let's get started, shall we? And by the way, hey, I am so glad you're here, but I would love this if you'd become a family member by subscribing. And by the way, also hit the notification because I don't want you to miss out. We're family members, so don't miss out on any conversation that we're having. And do me a favor, in the comments, tell me what conversations you want to have, the topics you want to tackle, or maybe just sharing your journey with us. We want to be a part of that with you. And down below, we do have the links to our Facebook and our Instagram pages, so don't forget to check those out as well. And as we learned last week, there's some truths that you already know, which is this. It's procrastination is not your identity. It's not your personality. It's not your character, and it's certainly not a label that anybody gets to put on you. Procrastination is actually a habit. It doesn't mean there's not underlying things, right? We're a freedom family and we walk on our freedom journey. Well, last week you heard in this video that there's a truth that you want to tell yourself, the reason behind the procrastination. But as you've dealt with that, that's important. But there's also a secondary thing, which is this. If procrastination's a habit, then I can create habits that will stop procrastination in my life. And I've got great news for you. I've got 3 habits, 3 tools that I'm going to give you today. You don't have to do all of them, but if you adopt one of them, then you're going to find that procrastination's a thing of the past, and you're really accelerating yourself towards the life you desire to live. And so 3 tools. Let's start with the first tool. The first tool is this, and I'll call it this: start the clock. There's actually somebody who I wrote a book about it. Her name's Mel Robbins. It's a tool that I've adopted in working out on some other things in my life. And it's this, it's starting the clock. And what it means is this, it's kind of like, have you ever seen a rocket take off? I don't know if you've watched the old footage of when they went to the moon and all that. There's this countdown that takes place where they go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. For them, it's blast off. For us, it's 0. Start the clock on your life. Which means this: when you have an activity that you don't want to do, I do it for working out where I'm getting kind of tired, but I got to go to that next exercise. I have a timer in my head that starts to count down 5, 4, and then on 0, I move into it. I make it a habit of going from 5 to 0 in whatever activity I'm doing. Hey, I want to have that hard conversation. They're going to leave. 5, 4, 3. Oh, I need to do laundry, but I'd rather watch TV. Well, I need to do that. Well, 5, 4, 3. Make a decision to make a habit of counting down in those activities that you don't want to do, you're putting off, you're procrastinating, and make the decision that at 0, you're going to do it. But here's the interesting thing. The decision you make ahead of time at 5 creates the momentum you build at 0. So this habit is determining in your mind, deciding in your heart that I'm going to do this thing, not on every part of your life, but on those things that you desire to do, to get better at. Make it a habit in those areas, and you'll find that your body follows where your mind's decided to go. And the one thing that I'll mention before we get to our second topic is this. These habits that I give you, including start the clock, I recommend this. Don't do it with everything in your life, otherwise it just becomes too much to manage. But do this. Do it with something easy. I mentioned chores and other things in my life, but if you start with something easy that you can accomplish quickly, it'll start to build a habit, which starts to build momentum, which starts to allow you to tackle harder and harder things, more challenging issues in your life, and then you'll be able to succeed in ways, and you'll build a track record of success that allows you to see that it'll happen in your life. So I give you that sidebar because it's something important for each of these. Second habit that you can do, and I do this on a daily basis, make a list. Make a list on the things that you desire to do in your day. A to-do list, a checklist, whatever you want to call it. Don't be a slave to your list, but put things on a list that you desire to accomplish in the day. And again, like with the other one, determine in your mind that these things I'm going to accomplish. So obviously, in the beginning, don't create a list of 100 things I want to accomplish in my day. Create 3, create 2, create 1. It doesn't matter the amount. What matters is the mind muscle, the habit that you build in doing it. So make a list. And as you're doing it, hey, for me, I put it on my calendar. So every morning I make sure on my calendar I put the things in place that I'm doing. And by the way, because it's a calendar, I actually also put the times that I'm going to accomplish it. And if you want to supercharge it, then you can set alarms with those events on the calendar at those times so that you have an alarm going off 10 minutes, 15 minutes ahead of time saying, hey, remember that you're going to do this. Remember that you're going to say this. And remember that you're going to have this conversation. Your mindset in doing it, your tools that you're putting in place to remind yourself of it allows you to succeed in it. So your third habit is the habit of accountability. Here's the truth. A goal that's left unsaid is a goal that's left undone. And what happens is when I'm accountable to somebody else, when I let somebody else in on my life, whether it's a spouse, it's a friend, it's a coach, it's somebody, I let them know what I'm going to do and I invite them into my life to hold me accountable to it. All of a sudden there's that internal pressure of, well, I don't want to let them down, or I know they're going to ask me about it, so I better get this thing done. That's why people in the gym have workout partners. It's not necessarily so they have somebody to talk to. It's because I know that person's going to show up at the gym, so I better. I know that person is going to be there working out, so I better bring it as well. It's the same with every area of our life. Do you have somebody that you can look to say, hey, I want to get this thing done. I want to improve in this area. Would you hold me accountable? It takes a brave person to do it, but at the end of the day, you'll find that accountability breaks through on procrastination and allows you to be the person that you were created to be. Not that your habits have made you to be, because there is a difference between what you're created to do, who you're created to be, and sometimes the habits in the life that we're living in the moment. It's okay to be where we're at, right? Where we're at and freedom for life. But what we're shooting for is the life that you're created for. And breaking through these habits will prove to you that you can do it. And in that proof, you'll start to see amazing results in your life. It's not your label, it's not your identity, it is a habit. But at the end of the day, you're not procrastination. You're a person with potential, you're a person with goals, you're a person with accomplishments just waiting to happen in your life. Hey, let me give you a bonus tool or trick in regards to these habits. And what I'll say is that this gives you the ability to hopefully minimize the suck factor of it. And what I mean is this: some chores, some things I need to do, I just don't enjoy doing. Like laundry. I don't really enjoy doing laundry, but lo and behold, I have to do it as often as it is dirty. So here's what I would tell you is that find these things that help you to motivate yourself in it. And for me, there's a couple of things that I do with different habits. One is this: I'll create a game out of it. With a game of how can I get it done faster? What's the quickest way I can do it? How can I combine it with other activities to make it get done faster without taking all my mental capacity? And the second one is this: give myself a reward. So when I finish these 6 habits, or I'll do this 5 times in a row, I get this thing in my life. Whatever it takes to allow myself to enjoy the process more. Even to the point of adding music to it, or, with laundry, listening to one of my favorite podcasts or shows while I'm doing it. So I'm doing something I enjoy while I'm doing something I don't. Each of these little tricks allows you to change the perspective, change the mindset, and change the activity. So hopefully it'll suck less, it'll be enjoyable more, and you'll accomplish the things that you're supposed to, you want to, and you desire to. And of course, this is the same trick we have in every area, which is this: and give yourself a break. We are definitely striving for who we're created to be, but in the fact that we're not there yet, be okay where you're at. Not be okay as settling for, but be okay as in, I'm not going to beat myself up for where I'm at. I'm going to focus on where I'm going. Procrastination is one of those areas that you can kind of beat yourself up a little bit. Don't do it. Enjoy the process, enjoy where you're at, and know that you're going to get to where you're created to be. If you do that, you walk in a freedom journey in a way that's healthy. These aren't meant to be punitive, meaning we're not meant to kind of beat ourselves up because we're not perfect. We're just seeing areas where we can be more who we're created to be and we're creating habits to make it happen in our lives. Be that person who's your biggest fan, who desires those things in your life, who's enjoying the process in it, and you'll find that you'll enjoy it all the way through to the finish. And by the way, my name is Mark, and I am so glad that you're here at _Freedom for Life _ where we give you the tools, the truth, and the knowledge to take you from where you're at to where you're called and created to be. I really want you to be a part of the Freedom family. So would you subscribe and be a part of our family? Would you hit that notification bell so you can be a part of these conversations that we're in? And like I said before, I want to know what conversation you want to be in. So in comments down below, let us know where you're at, or let us know what conversations you want to have. And hit that like so we know that there's something we're doing here that you're enjoying, you're resonating with, or you're getting something from. And of course, down below, the links to our Facebook and our Instagram pages are there. So enjoy those as well. Be a part of what we're doing in those formats also. And don't forget to share this. You shared the philosophy last week of procrastination and the tools and the truth that we're dealing with there. But hey, show your friends and your family the tools that they need as well, so that they can walk in the journey and the freedom that you're desiring, you're seeing in your life. But don't forget this, at the end of the day, the one thing I need you to do is this: dominate your day.